Hello, my name is Sebastian Stevens, and this is another lesson on Python 3, which introduces the concept of lists. This is a basic introduction video on the list concept in Python and manipulating them. So, lists are used to store many different types of data, and they're similar to arrays in other languages like Java and C++, except in Python they can store more than one data type. So, to create a list, you place all the elements inside a square bracket separated by commas. And as I previously said, it can have a number of different items with many different types. So it can be an integer, a float, a string, and any other type. Here's an example of a list in the picture below. So list, there's a certain index for list, and it's the first item is at 0 and it adds on from there. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you can see in the image. And basically specific items in the list can be manipulated by calling on their index. So this program basically imports a file to the program and it appends it to a list. Then it adds another another quote to the list and prints it out as the output. So what will the output be? Well, I just said that. It basically just prints it out since it prints out the list in general. This is because the information in the file is being appended to the list. So there are different methods that can be used to manipulate lists, such as the append, which adds an element, as I just showed you in the previous program example. There's also another important one is the extend, which adds all elements of a list to another list. There's insert, which basically just you insert a type element inside the list for like in a specific index. Remove and pop are very similar. They like remove the element in the list, my bad, and then the pop can return it back at a different index. Clear just clears the list. It's pretty self-explanatory. Uh, and then the rest you can just read them. There's also built-in functions for lists. Some important ones are the max and min. So it shows the largest item in the list and the smallest item in the list. Also, the len one, it shows the length of the list, and that can be very useful in some programs. And then the sum, which is like the sum of all the items. So this is another example of a list, and it uses the remove method. So it has the list, and then it removes the p. It's pretty self-explanatory what the output will be, but just to show you, it just prints out the list without the p since it removed it. Okay, now get ready and to practice and try an activity with lists. Thank you for listening to the screencast, and hopefully you learn more about lists in Python 3 because of it.